Before we begin, please note that many of the plugins are only available on Windows. Besides, music is very subjective. If you do not like the sound in this video, just remember that you can experiment with the sound afterwards.
Here's the overview of the guitar signal chain used in this video. Firstly, we need Metal GTX, which is a virtual guitar in SFC file format. It is probably the only good free alternative to shreddage. To play the guitar notes contained in the SFC file, we need a SFC player. In this case, Sforzando is used. Then, the signal goes through preamp, amp, impulse loader, and finally equalizer. For bass guitar, the SFC file used is standard bass. The signal goes through overdrive pedal, enhancer, and finally equalizer.
Now let's get all the necessary files. Firstly, go to plug.com and download Sforzando. Install it in your LMMS VST directory. If you haven't already set up the directory path, you can do so in LMMS under the settings. Secondly, go to unreal-instruments.wixsite.com to download Metal GTX and Standard Bass. Extract the .rar files anywhere inside the VST directory. Thirdly, go to pluginsforfree.com and download the 4 plugins shown here. Extract or install accordingly into anywhere inside the VST directory. Then go to nickrolab.blogspot.com and do the same thing for this plugin. Fourthly, go to shop.calthalan.de, download and extract the impulse response library. Finally, for drums, you may try to search for drum kit in SF2 format, or use free plugins like MT Power Drum Kit or Perfect Drum Kit. Alternatively, you can make your own SF2 drum kit, using Polyphone and free drum samples from freewavesamples.com.
Now that we have got all the files, let's see how to load them in LMMS. Firstly, load the SFC player just like any other VST plugins. Click on Import, browse to where you extracted the Metal GTX and double-click on the SFC file. Add a new FX channel, assign the guitar to the channel. Add preamp. Add amp. Add impulse loader. Click on the folder icon and to load any impulse response wave file you like. Add equalizer. Next, for bass guitar it's similar. Load SFC player and import the SFC file for standard bass. Add a new FX channel. Assign the bass to the channel. Add overdrive pedal. Add enhancer. Add equalizer. For drum, I'm using an SF2 drum kit, so just load it like any other SF2 files. Assign the drum to an FX channel. Basically each instrument should have their own FX channel for mixing and mastering purpose. There you have it, a minimum working project where you can start writing your music.
To play the guitar, there are many guitar techniques available in the K-switch, but the most used are sus down and mute down. When writing music in piano roll, you can switch between the techniques by adding the notes that trigger the K-switch. Bass guitar also has K-switch, but the most used is sus down.
To see a more complete example, here is a demo project. The main difference from previous example is that here 4 Metal GTX guitars are used. There are 2 rhythm guitars because the right pan guitar functions to harmonize the left pan guitar. Basically, the right guitar plays the same thing as the left guitar most of the time, with occasional harmonization. So, the FX channel settings for both left and right guitars are the same except the panning in the impulse loaders. Same explanation goes for the 2 lead guitars here. You may use the send button to reduce the number of times you load a same VST, but here I'm not doing that, so that each guitar sounds slightly different.
Let's hear how the rhythm guitars sound.
And this is how the lead guitars sound.
The bass guitar sounds like this.
Let's hear how the drums sound. Altogether,